Oof. 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 Yeah, I can do that.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Got it. Is that good? Yeah, we're getting there. Do you think I'd buy my A6 t-shirts? I mean, I'm sponsored, baby. Come on now. That's not serious. I get it. It's there's an outlet in Oklahoma City, Asics, and I swear to God, they're the most comfortable t-shirts on the planet. They're just comfortable. I love them. And they're cheap, so I buy like a bunch of them. The boys also wear Asics. Yes, indeed. I'm seeing 246. Is that right? Okay. Yeah.
Now we'll try the intro music.
Boom.
There's Juice. He's gonna make it.
Welcome to the pivot.
What's up, Pivot Nation? I'm gonna steal Juice's line. What's up, Juice? What's up, Jared?
Hey guys.
We are the Pivot, and we are brought to you by Vast Bank. Let's get this in the shot. There we go.
Vast Bank.
Coming in. Vast Crypto. We're executively produced by Toby Biocchini. I'm going to see Toby Buchanan tomorrow, so I had to.
Make sure it's right.
And we're here live from Crybaby Hill, other than the Juice, who is, where are we, Juice? Where are we live from?
We are live from the fourth floor of the Doubletree Hotel in downtown Austin.
Nice. Getting you a cookie? You got the cookie? That's right. They do the.
I had two cookies last night.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you can join us by Zoom. We got Jared in your seat over here.
Yep.
That's weird. It's odd.
It seemed like it'd fit better if I sat where Juice should be sitting.
Anyway, to do hindsight 2020, we're coming off not the best showing, guys.
But not the worst.
We're building you a better show, maybe not a better lineup, right? that might be our slogan for t-shirts this year. Working on a better show, not a better lineup. What are your thoughts on hindsight 2020 there, Juice?
We did finish in both of the top 10.
Yeah, we did well. The team did. The
You
show.
as individuals did well.
Yes. Juice is doing well. He's like 14th out of the 36 that are participating. He's making a run up the lineup. Toby's staying up there. Shout out to Heckenkamp. He's I'm kind of rooting for Heckenkamp. He's in 4th, and he's one of our favorite guests of all time, right?
Oh God.
Thoughts on the Rays League and where we stand, Juice? As Jared distracts me with the Zoom account information.
We have the free Zoom, so it's going to end in 10 minutes if I don't just buy it right now.
So, I mean, here we are.
I'm more intrigued by what's the rate for Zoom right now. Wow. By the way, I have a work Zoom account where I can next time we can do this.
Next time we don't need to buy Zoom mid account here. We're
Yeah,
gonna.
Zoom's watching. They could be a future sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
We love Zoom as a sponsor.
We do love Zoom. My thoughts on last week were it's been a tough year. I mean, if you listen to the industry like pundits, I mean, I feel like everyone's just getting slaughtered this year. It's been
There's a lot of cash is winning, right? A lot of chalk. I'm sorry, is winning, right? I mean,
yes.
And
The chalk is just coming through week after week, and
it was so hard to pick running back last week. There were so many 5 good ones. So it was like, which one's going to be 66% owned, right? It turned out Pollard was the 66% owned. Feel we need to. So it puts us slightly at a disadvantage. Not to make excuses, but we could probably use an excuse or two.
I think we actually all agreed that we probably need to sit down Sunday morning and like really look at our lineups, because I mean there was no Tony Pollard really being mentioned at all on Thursday because Zeke was still in the lineup, so he became just a smash play. I think you and I, Matt, had him in our lineups.
I had him in my. Yeah, we both did. And Foreman, I played Foreman too, and I thought he was another late breaking chalk. That he was 20% owned or 25% owned Rays League. Like I said, Pollard was 66. What was Henry? Henry was also highly.
He was highly owned. Actually, I can check right now with the new players addition to DraftKings.
Anyway, a lot of the chalky running backs came in, and so then I think if we'd come back and played Pollard, we might have got off Mostert, which might have put us on Hill or Waddle, which we're obviously required
Correct.
to do well this week.
And I mean, we were on Henry. Like, we talked a lot about him on
Yeah, we did.
To be honest, I was really surprised when I came back to see that he wasn't in the show lineup.
Yeah, he was the fourth highest scoring fantasy player last week with 38.8 points.
Who was that, Foreman?
Derrick Henry.
Oh, okay. And do you know what he was owned in Rays League?
He in Millionaire Maker, he's 22% owned. In Rays League, which give me just a second, I can tell you the exact number.
He was 30% owned.
30% owned? Yeah.
So all the chalk running back, you had to have the chalk running backs. You had to have Tua. You had to have Waddle or Hill at least, and then DJ Moore helped, who was big chalk. I actually went Devontae Smith off of DJ Moore, trying to get a little different. And I wanted a piece of that Eagles game, and I originally switched over to get AJ Brown, but then I couldn't fit Henry, and I wanted Henry over Kamara. But anyway, it could have been. I was close last week, at least I can say.
We talked about DJ Moore.
It's better than last. We did. We talked about DJ Moore. He turned out to be pretty chalky. He was highly owned, and I'm guessing in the Millionaire Maker and the Rays League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Congrats, I should say, because he listens to the show, to Brian Newsom. Brian, I think I said his last name right. Good job on the win. He got about 224. He had a 0 and a 2 points in his lineup and still got 224. So he had all the good chalk, and it hit. So any other thoughts on Hindsight 2020? Let's go over the Millionaire Maker. Juice, Any other thoughts before we fire up the Millionaire Maker team?
I think that we were, in the early part of the week, we were on a lot of the right plays. I think had we discussed things more in depth on Sunday as a group, I think we would have smashed. That's personally what I think would have happened.
Well, we need a win. We need a confidence-building win. I feel it coming. Okay, we ready to transition on over? Oof. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. That's our new sound brought to you by Ming Ahoy. That's the woof. You'll be hearing a lot of that. But back to our transition.
We're doing Millionaire Maker still, right?
Oh, we're transitioning back to Hindsight 2020 as we go over the Millionaire Maker.
So what was the just out of curiosity, what was the final score for the Rays League?
224, I believe.
224 in the Millionaire Maker would have scored you $250.
Nice. Okay.
Off a $20 bet.
Let's hope Brian did that.
But the Millionaire Maker lineup this week was Tua, obviously, Kamara, Tony Pollard, Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. He was in all the optimals.
Who scored 20.5 points. Jalen Waddle. Conklin for the New York Jets, who's been a pretty solid tight end this year.
I have him in my lineup this week.
And then our boy DJ Moore, who we talked about but did not play. And then the Saints.
I mean, that's
defense, 16 points.
Juice, that's chalky as hell, right?
It was like all chalk.
Yeah. Anyway.
Except for Garrett Wilson.
And
Conklin.
Let's give him credit.
Yep.
That's a nice lineup. We're not far from that lineup, right?
No. No, we definitely could have built a lineup with the majority of those pieces.
Well, that's a good lineup. I think our biggest fault in our lineup was attacking the run portion of that game and not more of the receiving.
I thought Mostert would have had a much better game than he did, and that's really what was my downfall of the past week.
I think he's more banged up than we realized with them trading for Jeff Wilson. Would you agree with that, Juice?
I mean, I think it's really curious that they traded for Jeff Wilson because the coach from Miami obviously came over from the 49ers, so it's kind of a talking point. I mean, how many plays is Wilson going to be involved in this week? I mean, it's basically he's familiar with this offense, so
right. Mostert and him have been on the same team before.
Right.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the running back collection. I like what they did. So, did they cut Edmund, or is he?
Yeah, no, they traded him.
Oh, he went in the trade?
Him, yeah.
Okay. Miami had a good day yesterday. No other big fantasy, huge impact trades. Claypool going to the Bears is a little bit of fantasy impact there.
Yeah.
Any trades that you saw, Juice, that have a lot of fantasy impact?
Bradley Chubb to the Dolphins.
Helps that D.
Yeah, I mean they've gone from like a really good team, like in 1 week, to like a Super Bowl winning contender, I think, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that's Juice has just declared the Miami Dolphins a Super Bowl contender now, right? We can get that. Whoa, that's too much. I mean, I thought it was declared.
No, contender, yes. Like, are they?
Contender's a
gonna
fair
win?
statement.
Yeah.
Okay, since I don't think. What? Go ahead.
I have an
Juice.
interesting stat to say about Miami Dolphin being a potential Super Bowl winner. There's this guy.
Oh, sorry.
What is this?
I don't even know I hit that. I mean,
There's this guy named Jake Paul. He put $1 million down on the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. So if that does happen, it's a 10-1.
And it proves that Jake Paul turns the puppet strings in the world, right?
Maybe. I'm just saying that if Miami gets to the Super Bowl and they win, this dude wins $10 million.
Nice, good job, Jake Paul.
We'll see.
Nice
see what
flex
happens.
on having the extra mil.
Just an interesting,
If you had an extra mil, Julio, will you be putting them on the Dolphins?
I can't stand Jake Paul. I'm gonna say this right now. Like, I hope his family has a lot of repercussions in their lives because we could do a whole show on Jake Paul.
It's the fans laughing at you are awfully loud today.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're wild. They're bad. They're wound up. Sorry about that. That was awfully loud. So not a Jake Paul fan. Where's Juice putting his extra million? Where's your Super Bowl
predictions.
pick?
I mean, I think it's the Buffalo Bills or bust this year, man.
I mean, I'd put some money on the Bills. They're probably still like plus what 250 or so, 175 maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't checked. It's much better odds if you do it before the season starts.
So I was thinking before we dive into 50-cent pieces of this week, since I think we're going to have a short as advertised in Julio's Monday short. I think it's going to be a short 50-cent piece. Julio, I probably should have prepared you for this question, but you want to go over some major injuries that we're watching, since that's kind of was a big factor in lineup building last week. I think it's going to be a big factor in lineup building this week. What's the injury report look like?
So it'll be interesting to see if Jonathan Taylor plays. They just traded away Naheem Hines. So
Who did they trade Hines to?
oh gosh,
Who was it? Yeah, I can't remember.
Anyway, we'll find it.
yeah.
We'll get to that.
DeAndre Swift again is back on the questionable tag.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Cordero Patterson, who is killing it early in the season. Well, I see now he's on the IR, but he might be coming back. So that'll be interesting as well because he was getting a ton of usage. Damian Harris is also questionable for the Patriots. So
It always
maybe
makes
Ramon
Stevenson, yeah.
And then Chuba Hubbard again is questionable. So
And
our boy
Foreman's banged up also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting running back situation there. That's going to be an interesting fantasy situation in Carolina if all those guys are hurt. I mean, they literally may just run reverses to DJ Moore all day, right? Like, I mean, they literally do they have anybody left on their team to play offense with? It's crazy. Anyway,
Cooper Kupp is
another banged up.
Yep.
Yep, another banged up star. He's not in the best spot this week anyway. So, but Allen Robinson is a waiver wire grab right now as Kupp determines what his fate is. There was some talk at some point that he might be out as much as 6 weeks, and now I've heard he's going to play this week. So, DK Metcalf was a nice surprise to be back for some. Not for me, who didn't play him at all. So, okay, we ready to do 50-cent pieces?
Yeah.
Is there a segment this week?
Yes, there is. Kind of. We'll talk about it. Where's the music?
Oof. The over-under on me woofs in this show might be like 120. Higher? We going higher, I agree. Oof. Okay. 50-cent pieces is the part of the show where the juice goes over and tells us what games Vegas thinks are going to be over 50 points. And then we discuss games that the three of us think might go over 50 points. I don't recall at all, and I don't have my show notes from last week, who we wrote down as our 50-cent pieces, but I'm sure we did great on our picks. So we'll just assume we nailed them and move forward. Juice, take us through the 50-cent piece. What's up? Do we have any?
We have 0. However, we have 1, 2, 3 games at 49.5.
That's
and
hilarious.
And 2 at 48.
That's funny.
So,
So 0 on the
there's
50
definitely
cent
scoring.
pieces, but 3 on the 49.5s.
Right.
That's interesting. Okay. Guessing a few of these 49.5 games, I think I'll go ahead and go Seattle, Arizona. I think that's got to be one of the place the fantasy points might be coming from. We're good on that. Okay.
Correct.
As he drinks that Miller Lite, we got the thumbs
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
Jared, what's your guess? I nailed mine. You got 2 to go.
Tennessee, Kansas City.
Whoa.
Oof. It's also, you got to remember that's on the Rays slate, right? So,
Right.
Oh, not a main slater.
Not
Did
a
we
main
count?
slater, yeah.
So did we count Rays slate in the 50 cent? Were there
no,
any?
we do for our purposes, but
did
I count.
Sunday-
I count.
I usually ask you that question. Did Sunday, Monday impact anything this week?
I think so. You got the Titans and the Chiefs on the Sunday night game, and you got the Ravens and the Saints on the Monday night game, and the Ravens and the Saints is 48, and the Titans and the
That
Chiefs.
surprised me that after the Saints defense struggle, they got points put up on them. That one's only 48, but I like it. So those are 2 very playable games this week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So we might be
dude,
choosing from off the main slate. For those of you who may be new to the show, Rays League is a Sunday, Monday lineup. We don't, not just the main slate. We talk a lot about the main slate here because we play a lot of cash. Our cash, by the way, we haven't done that in hindsight 2020. I mean, we haven't lost in 6 weeks. So other than that, we're doing pretty good. So
nice.
we'll keep that streak going.
So I have another guess, Juice. Is it Green Bay, Detroit? Is that up there?
Yes, Green Bay, Detroit is 49.5.
Nice.
And for the show purposes, to wrap it up on this segment, Seahawks, Cardinals, 49.5. Chargers, Falcons, 49.5.
That's another that I would think might be a 50 number.
Yeah. They're all right there.
So, Jared, what's your favorite game to go over? Since Vegas thinks 0 of these games are going over 50, let's give tell us the game that's going over 50.
Well, I don't know about games this week because I don't really love any games this week, but I do have a few players that I love.
That wasn't the question.
I know, but I'm just telling you, I guess between the 2 games, out of the players that I like out of those games is Green Bay and Detroit.
He's going to get this in.
And the Raiders and Jacksonville game. I like those games.
So those are games that you might think might go over 50 since we're doing a segment here?
Yeah. I think those games might go over 50, and I feel like there's going to be some players from those games that are going to be in the Millionaire Maker lineup.
I'm going to take a stab at a kind of a different one. I'm going to go Cincinnati, Carolina goes over 50. I think Walker's starting to chuck it a little bit, and I think Cincinnati's finding their groove a bit here, even without Chase. So, Juice, give us a game that's going over 50. Save us from ourselves. Seattle, Arizona's got to be in the consideration, right?
Yeah.
It's been played once, and it dudded, right?
It did dud. I kind of like this Chargers Falcons game a little bit.
I do like that too. I like the Chargers side.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. You ready to transition over? Let's guess the chalk.
All right. Let's do it.
One of my personal favorite segments.
It is my favorite segment.
Where we try to come in here cold without. It's Thursday. The chalk is just now being generated. Juice has the chalk in his hand. Jared and I try to guess each position who the chalk is, and we generally.
We do average.
I wouldn't say we do average. Would you say we do average?
I think you guys at quarterback will predict the top player.
That's not
I
my
think you
question.
will. I do not think you'll predict the top 5.
But in hindsight, generally, how do we do?
Fair to not fair.
I think that's more fair. Okay. quarterback. Chalk. This week.
Is it me?
You go first.
Is Derek Carr up there?
He is up there. He's number 4.
Wow.
That was the wrong use of the wolf.
That was assumed wolf. Okay, we'll go the kid clap instead.
There we go.
They're happy. They're happy. So Henry was top 5, or Carr was top 5.
4th.
Again, I question whether the public watches football at times, right?
Yep.
This has just become a math game, right? They don't actually watch the games, right?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Wow, he's already taken one of the 5. I'm gonna go Gino.
I mean, you guys are on it today. So
Nice.
Gino is number 3.
Wow. So what was Carr?
4th.
Okay. All right.
Well,
We didn't get the top 2, but
Yeah,
we're still in it.
I'm curious to
Why
hear
don't
the
you
top
guess the top 2?
Kyler Murray.
No.
Boo. Okay. We haven't used it.
It might,
My wrong guess since I got my first guess right.
it
but-
might be Aaron Rodgers 5,900 against. It's number 2.
I'm a little quick on the trigger
Yeah,
today.
there you go.
I'm so used to Jared being wrong. It's
I
much
am too.
funnier when he's wrong too.
I'll give you guys the top 10.
If you're, I just want to say this: if you're ever gonna play Aaron Rodgers, ever, this would probably be the week.
Yeah. 5,900 against Detroit.
He's only 5,900. He's playing Detroit. He is questionable, holding a questionable tag. But if you're Jared or Aaron Rodgers guy, or you like playing Aaron Rodgers, this would be your week, right?
Yeah.
Let me say something. Imagine that we are in 2022 and Geno Smith is $100 cheaper than Aaron Rodgers and $200 cheaper than Tom Brady.
Wow.
I think he's probably fantasy point wise outproduced them fairly quite often, right?
I think he has, but just we are in the year of our Lord 2022, where Geno Smith is priced right around those two legendary
Brady is
quarterbacks.
by far not having a Brady. Like he hasn't had the 5 touchdown game yet this week or this year, right?
Nope.
I mean, we think that's all coming at some point, don't we?
Yeah.
Especially now that his divorce is confirmed. I mean, he's maybe getting a little bit out of his head.
It's been a tough Brady week year. It really
Yeah.
has.
All right, so Josh Allen is 1. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh wow, just the most expensive. Just throw him in.
Geno is 3, Carr 4, Tua 5th, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Burrow, and Mariota.
So some quick Tua chat. The Bears trading of the last week or so would indicate that they might not be taking defense and winning all that much seriously this year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They may have the worst defense in the league. Could we agree on that?
Maybe.
Second to last.
Maybe even worse than Detroit.
I mean, I still think Detroit's definitely the worst, but
I don't know.
Chicago's,
Did Detroit just trade their 2 best players off their defense? So
Chicago's definitely giving them a run for their money.
that game scares me though, because I'm so convinced that Miami just opens up because it's so good for the league that Miami's opening it up.
Where was Tua again on the list? He was what?
6th or 5th.
6th, I believe. Yes.
6th.
Anyway. Curious talk on Chicago, Miami. We can talk about it more as we build the lineup, but that's a game I think that's interesting to watch, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk
For
about the 50-cent piece because I don't know that Miami could win 44-0.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on. How about some running? Oh, that was a double there. I didn't even mean it. How about running back? Where we, you want to start again, Jared?
Sure. I'll go with ETN.
I'm going to go since most expensive. Oh, you want to give feedback on ETN? By the way, great choice.
Yes, feedback at number 1. Sorry. ATN
wow.
is number 1.
Nice.
Wow. I'm going to get a lot there. That was the good explosion clap. Good job. I like ETN this week. I think that it's confirmed that Jared loves the Jaguars and the Detroit Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, I love the Jaguars. What are you
You
talking about?
love has he not guessed Jaguars and loved Jaguars all year?
I mean, he also said it was the game of the week, right? The 50
Yeah,
cent.
he's a big,
blowout.
you're a big Jags guy. Maybe
This week.
subconscious Jag fan here. I guess he doesn't realize it.
Maybe not.
We'll have to go to the tape. I'm gonna go with trying to hit the top 5. I'm gonna go with the back that I like, and I think he's reasonably priced, Joe Mixon.
Wow, dude, you guys have done your homework this week. He's number
1
3.
and 2. Is that what we did?
Number 3. Number 3.
Number
Wow.
3.
That's good.
Nice.
Okay, break down the rest of the top 5 where our work is here. Our work here is done.
Our work is done.
Okay, so Travis Etienne is 1, Ramondre 2, Joe Mixon 3, Kenneth Walker the 3rd, 4th, Josh Jacobs 5th, Singletary, Jones, Eckler, Mostert, Connor.
We didn't
Again,
talk about the Jacobs collapse last week at all in a hindsight 2020, but boy,
God, yeah, that was painful.
good job, Raiders. I was
Yeah.
impressed.
I mean, how do you go to New Orleans, who's been struggling on defense, and put up a goose egg? I
mean, it
mean,
was-
I don't know.
There was no point where I thought they might score, right? Like it just was. Anyway, that was oof. Ming,
Yeah.
tell us.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm banging the over on the Ufs tonight.
It's so great.
That's a good woof.
Okay, it is a good
Ming
solid
did his
woof.
job.
We'll be allowing others to be the woof guy at some point, but for now, Ming's got that job in hand. Okay, let's.
Wide receiver.
Breaking news: we have the chalk on wide receiver, and Jared. We're so lucky. This is kind of combos work. So, fired up. We promise we haven't cheated. I'm going to promise. I'm
Yeah,
right here.
I never look.
I've not looked. We're just having a good week.
The past week should be evidence that I never look because I often do
Yeah,
terrible.
I would agree with that.
So I'm going to go with Waddle this week. Let's see where he's at.
I like that one.
No? We're getting a
We got a
Juice
zero.
is shaking his head.
I think he might be too expensive this week. I'm going to go with the Sun God.
God, that's a good guess. 6,300? Come on.
No?
I feel okay. Like little timeout. I feel like these numbers, like people are on drugs this week.
Okay. All
Okay,
right, good.
that's no wonder we're doing so well.
Yeah. Good.
Let me just go through the top 10. I don't think you guys are gonna.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
there's just no rhyme or reason. So
Hold on.
Stephon Diggs, number 1. Okay, I think that's fine.
Stephon Diggs, number 1.
That's a good one. Okay.
Something called Michael Bandy is number 2.
Something called
I have
Michael Payne.
no idea who that is. Is he in the NFL?
Yeah, apparently.
In what
He
team does he
plays,
play
Plays
for?
for the Chargers.
Oh my
he
God.
plays for the Chargers. I think because he's 3,500.
Instead of just playing Eckler, which would be the clear thing to do, we're going to try to find Bandy. And
Yes, yes.
Squeeze the points out of Bandy this week. Okay.
Yeah,
Bandy,
yes.
freaking Bandy, 3,500. What has he done? He's done nothing.
I think
Nothing.
they're going off injuries and cheapness.
Yes, yes.
God.
Cooper Kupp is 3rd.
Oh wow.
Hill 4th. Josh Palmer, another Charger 5th. Chris Godwin 6th.
Josh makes
Drake,
sense.
Drake London 7th. Tyquan Thornton 8th. Another kind of out there.
Quad Thornton.
Tyler Lockett 9th and Jacoby Myers 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I do like Myers.
let me just say this. You said Michael Bandy is number 2, right?
Yes.
This week?
Yes.
All right, so let's look at his stats last week. 6 targets,
Okay.
1 reception,
Okay.
negative 5 yards.
I mean, I can see why you want to squeeze him in. Right? I mean, he's almost.
What is going on? He's
Let's just throw him in. I mean, he's got pivot lineup written all over him, right?
This is Olamide Zacchaeus all over
He might
again.
be
Yeah.
the poster boy. For
This
the
is going to be a
pivot line.
short this week.
He does. Yes, we need to have a short about Bandy this week.
Yeah.
We need to introduce him to the fantasy world.
If Jared
Why he'd be
uses
second.
if Jared uses Bandy as his insertion, I quit the pivot. Like for good.
That's good stuff. That's good.
Yeah, so receivers all over the place.
That's like the Bandy's good work. I'll be looking forward to the introduction of Bandy to the fantasy world. He's definitely going to kill it, by the way, this week.
He is. Just now that we've just completely
We're
buried him.
fading. I'm 100% fading.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I want nothing to do with that.
Are we ready to build lineups?
I thought we were going tight end.
tight end.
Yeah.
Breaking news. We have the chalk for tight end, and it is Jared. Tight end's my least favorite.
Yeah.
I could care less who they play.
I really don't know what to do here.
I
I'm
got
gonna
a
go
guess,
with
though.
I
got a guess.
So I have a guess, but it does depend on an
I'm going to
injury.
say it. George Everett.
Everett?
Yeah, I'm going Everett.
I have 2 guesses. Is Everett in the top 5?
Is George Everett Gerald Everett's brother? Is he on a roster?
George Everett is incredibly talented young player. I'm sorry, I got him mixed up.
That's
obviously.
his twin.
Okay.
They switch. They switch.
I
out.
call him. Gerald has asked me to call him that. Sorry, I should probably explain that first. But yes, Everett of the Chargers, tight end.
He's in the top 10.
Irrelevant.
He's in the top 10.
He's
Top 10.
Oh, he's in the
10's
top
not bad.
10.
That's fair.
All right, I've got 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess them both. All right.
2.
Okay.
Did anybody ask for 2? I didn't ask for 2. Did you ask for 2?
Isaiah Likely. No. Okay. All right. Then we'll go with the next one. Tyler Conklin.
I like Conklin. That's not a wolf.
Well, okay, let me say this. Isaiah Likely is on the Monday night.
Right.
So
Monday night.
that could be why he's not in. So